This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 72. Welcome back to Co-op Chronicles. This is episode 72. I am pint-sized Geisha, and as always, I have Blacklabel.
Hello.
And Azzilee.
Hello.
And today's episode is about...
Cryptids. Cryptid legends. Spooky.
Cryptid legends.
Keeping the spooky season alive. We got like one more weekend of spookiness and then we're done.
One more week of spookiness.
Back to our regularly scheduled
gaming stuff. Yeah. How's everybody doing?
I have
Good.
a headache.
Good.
Oh. Are you
That's all.
hydrated?
Probably not.
She's been stressing.
I've been stressing.
We can't talk about it.
You
but
gotta
it's been-
I've been
drink water.
stressing the last few days.
Gotta
La-
drink some water.
Well, was it last night or day before last?
It was Friday night. So long story short is I got a lab result that was not a good result. And it's been freaking me out. And then I just got a message today from my doctor saying, oh, the lab made a mistake. And you need to be retested. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow, what
Yeah.
jerks.
What jerks.
Yeah. Maybe after we figure it out, I could say some more stuff about it.
Fingers
No.
crossed. Good news.
No, this is my health, my decision.
Well, I had
It's
to
a HIPAA
deal-
violation.
I had
My
to deal
body,
with it.
my choice.
It's a HIPAA violation if you talk about it without my permission.
We did go see Lorna Shore on Friday.
Yeah, Lorna Shore was great.
Did you like it?
It
honestly,
was awesome.
I want your honest opinion.
I was the only one cheering. You guys were silent.
I wasn't. I was like banging my the whole time. I was banging my head. I was like, yeah, but I didn't want to like.
I was just like,
shout. I heard you over there wooing over there.
Yeah.
I was just,
I think I enjoyed Lorna Shore. I think their production and their set was by far
It was
a
super
little bit
good.
better than the other ones. Like Sleep Token was great. I like the confetti, but it was kind of like, oh, it's just like a set piece, right? And there was only like the 2 videos on the side. Lorna Shore's had like so much videos and not that much lasers, and the background kept changing for every song. I was like, that's great. Visually, I think it was great. The songs itself, I think, were really good, except the part where it's just like.
I like those parts.
I don't like those
Like the
parts. I like the like a cohesive I didn't mind the yelling, and I don't know how to explain it. I liked the song and it was great and harmonious, and then the screaming was okay, and then it was just all of a sudden and then back to like the song itself. I didn't like that part. I would love to just hear him sing.
You know what was fun? He can sing too. He has a
Yeah.
really he does a lot of Sleep
He does
Token
covers, yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I would
And-
love to just hear him sing.
And it's funny too because like that he had like some hardcore songs in the beginning. He was like, and then he was like, enough of the sad songs. And I'm like, I don't think anybody knows that these are sad songs.
Right.
Well, Glenwood is like
Yeah.
a sad song.
Yeah, it's supposed to be about I think it's like his mom or dad's dementia. It's something about that. It was good though.
It was good.
The
I was
first-
a big fan of
Second-
the Black Dahlia murder group.
The old guys.
Yeah, I
liked-
loved them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were really good. I didn't like the first 2.
Yeah, because all he did was
Peeling flesh was a little weird.
Yeah.
He sounded like a bird.
He was like, ooh, ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sounded like the bird
I
in
was
the
like,
entire
he's
time.
not really saying anything. It's like the same noises on every song.
Yeah.
I like the second group, the Shadow with Intent or Shadow.
Yeah,
of
Shadow
Intent.
of Intent.
Yeah, Shadow
They were
of
good
Intent.
too, yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
I was like, man, he's
It
kind of
only got better.
I didn't like
Yeah.
that one.
Progressively
I like
better.
the older
Yeah,
gentlemen.
they just obviously because I've been doing it for like 20 plus years, so they
Yeah.
have stage presence.
He was like, buy our shit. And then he did his little one-arm push-up hump in the ground. I was like, what is this whole man doing? Yeah.
They were cool. I liked
That
them.
was good. That was good. But yeah, we're going to be talking about some cryptids today. Cryptid legends, spooky stuff.
Spooky, scary, scary.
Who wants to start us off today?
Said I would love to. Thank you.
Go for it.
Let's talk about my favorite cryptid in the whole wide world. My boy Mothman. He is a creature that terrified a small town, became a legend, and still fascinates us decades later. So, first story. November 15th, 1966. Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Two couples, Roger and Linda Scarberry and Steve and Mary Millette, driving near an abandoned World War II TNT area, saw, at night, they saw like a tall, gray humanoid figure with like a 10-foot wingspan, 10-foot wingspan, and glowing red eyes. And they were so scared that they like started like driving like away faster, and the creature followed. It was actually flying after them, is what they said. So they were going like 100 miles per hour, and it was flying after them. And they got to, what are you laughing at?
No, I was just thinking like a big ass bat chasing you at 100
yeah.
miles an hour.
Yeah.
I'd be freaking out.
So they drove to the nearest town, and once they got into the town, the creature just vanished. They didn't know where it vanished to. But over the following years after that encounter, there was dozens of reported sightings. Of like the same description, right? So like big wingspan, glowing red eyes, like tall gray figure. People reported pets going missing, which, happens unfortunately, but it doesn't mean a cryptid is eating them or taking them.
Yeah.
They did see strange lights in the air, which could be like Mothman being an alien. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I know I read stuff on this, and if I'm not mistaken, the police station or the sheriff and them kind of discounted their like what they were telling because they thought they were high. Yeah, because there was some.
It's late at night.
You're high.
Yeah,
and you're seeing a 10-foot Batman with red eyes chasing you 100 miles an hour. It's crazy.
Yeah, and reportedly, not true. Not sure if this is true, but it was said that witnesses were questioned by men in black suits.
Really?
Yeah.
Men in
I
black.
didn't know that one.
I'm not saying
Maybe
that.
it's a connection. What do they call Mothman too? He's like a not an extraterrestrial. What is he? He's like they have words for him where they're like
Mothman.
Oh, like categories?
Yeah, not categories. They try to say like the it creature, how he's like he's from a different dimension.
Oh, okay.
They're saying like the Mothman is from his dimension or some
Oh.
shit.
I never heard of that.
Now I have to Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another incident that is like quite well known from Mothman is the Silver Bridge disaster. So on December 15th in 1967, the Silver Bridge collapsed during rush hour and 46 people died.
Oh no.
Yeah, after the disaster, witnesses recall seeing a dark winged figure near the bridge days before. So this kind of formed a legend of like the Mothman as a warning. Or like a harbinger of doom. And since then, reports surface every once in a while about spotting the Mothman before big tragedies. So like Chernobyl, the Mexico City earthquake, and then even 9/11. And this raises the question, guys. Is this a coincidence? Or does he really show up before catastrophes?
Interesting.
I'm just saying.
They say he's an interdimensional.
Oh,
creature.
Interdimensional being.
Yeah. Like the Sandman clown, which I've never heard of.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Stay tuned when I talk about him.
Yeah.
Or it.
Next episode.
Yeah, from the UK.
So these are just questions I want people to ponder, think about, and if you have like an answer that you think might fit, tell it to me. Tell us. Respond. Let us know. So is the Mothman real, or is it just an illusion? Like he said, how they just discounted them because they thought they were like high, So maybe he's just a figment of people's imagination, and then just word spread. So now he's turning into like this thing that people are looking out for. And if he is just an illusion, how come so many people have seen him before big catastrophes? Is it like the hive mind where everyone just like happens to think about him during these events?
Yeah.
Darn.
For
Darn.
So I'm in my head, because I'm looking at a picture, an image of him, he looks like a humanoid with wings. But in my head, for some reason, he's a little fat fly with bug eyes.
Everyone draws him like so cute and chunky.
Yeah, that's the image I have of him. But apparently, he's supposed to have like crazy powers, like super strength. He has super speed.
Yeah, he's very fast.
He has foresight.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I need to look more into my boy.
I'm looking in his powers right now. So he has, they say Mothman seems to act as a kind of omen or a harbinger of disaster, as he was at the site of the Silver Bridge collapse, and it says he has like foresight of that stuff.
Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. So like that's why he appears before natural disaster.
Yeah,
or not natural, but like disasters.
Like disasters, yeah.
Yes.
And he also, I don't know where I heard from this, but it says it right here, but I did hear about this too. He has reality warping.
Oh.
Yeah, so he can create portals from his dimension into ours and just stumble across different timelines and stuff.
Fascinating.
Let me get that real quick. Maybe his dimension's better than ours.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting.
I can put up some with some Mothman in life.
And it says weaknesses. Nobody has tried to attack him, so he has the weaknesses of
No one's brave enough yet. So here are some counterpoints or explanations that could be theories behind Mothman. So people think that it could just be like a misidentified animal. So possible culprits could be the sandhill crane, which stands at up to 5 feet tall with a 6 to 7 foot wingspan and red patches around its eyes. Could have been that.
They're aggressive
Could not
too,
have been
aren't
that.
they? I think they're aggressive.
And then, sorry, my computer went black. At night, headlights reflect the red skin, so like a glowing eye illusion, you know? And it could have just wandered outside of its migratory path.
Yeah.
Other candidates could be like a barn owl or a turkey vulture. These could be some theories. Don't discount Mothman, though. He could be out there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What is the town that they have that statue of? The buff statue of him?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what the town's name is.
Is this in New Jersey? I'm thinking.
No,
I think
you're
I'm thinking of the New Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
And then this goes back to my whole idea of like mass hysteria. So, once one sighting was spoken about and it was aired in like papers and stuff, other people read about it and like this information spread. So now everyone's like, oh, I think I see something.
Right.
Or environmental factors. So like the TNT area was a decaying munitions dump. So like there's chemicals and weird structures. Maybe they were high. Maybe they were high off of whatever chemicals were in the area.
Riboflavin.
They just saw something and they like their brain just ran with it.
Right. Okay.
And then like coincidences. So engineers later confirmed that the bridge collapsed due to metal joint failures and nothing supernatural, which still doesn't explain, because like Mothman just like appears before incidents. It's not like he causes the accidents, you know? So,
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm following.
Obviously engineers can confirm it, but it doesn't mean that Mothman did it. He's just an omen.
Right. Yeah.
And then people like to link events to like chaos. So when something bad happens, you always want to like find a common denominator to make it more plausible, you know? So
yeah, the human mind needs an answer for why something happened.
Yeah. Like how our brains, like humans are the only creature that see faces in inanimate objects because our brain automatically has to like associate with something. And so that's our way of doing it.
Yeah, like Jesus on the toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Bigfoot or the Jersey Devil, Mothman evolved through retelling and embellishment. So he could be, or it. Sorry, I keep saying he because that's just how people refer to Mothman.
Well, it's a man.
But
Mothman.
But what was I saying? What was my third train of thought? I forgot.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
sorry, guys.
No. But people talk about him. So like obviously it's word of mouth, telephone. Everybody hears stories and then they see it. You know, especially because you only really see him at night. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then psychological projection. So in the 1960s, it was the height of like anxiety, wars, nuclear fears, UFO obsession. So Mothman just may represent a collective dread, not a real monster, but a symbolic figure. And then lack of physical evidence. No photos, feathers, footprints, or radar evidence was ever found and can never be proven, which could lead into the whole interdimensional creature thing. So you can't find him because he's traveling through interdimensional space.
Did you mention after the Silver Bridge collapsed, the incident was connected with him? Have you heard about that?
It's not connected with him.
The
Engineers
the incident connected the Mothman sightings to the bridge. Not saying he did it, which is like the foresight thing. But 46 people died.
Yeah. No, I was just telling her how engineers
the screws.
Engineers proved that it was just the malfunction of joint failures. So it's technically the reason it collapsed is not Mothman, but he is just what I said was an omen.
He was like, "This is gonna collapse. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna watch."
Is that like a train bridge?
Type of thing.
Was it train?
No, like a driving bridge.
Like a driving bridge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So modern sightings have happened obviously since like 9/11, stuff like that. And Point Pleasant is the place where the statue's at. Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Embraces the legend. They have a statue, a museum, and an annual festival.
He has a 6-pack on that.
He does.
He is
you should look it up. It's crazy.
And his booty is nice.
His booty's popping.
And so now this cryptid is part of literally a whole town's identity and like cultural.
Like they celebrate. You might as well celebrate and make money for the culture.
Exactly.
The town.
Yeah, but I think it's Mothman is fun because to me he's not like a deadly one. It's just he's fun, he's cool, he's just creepy and just sits in the background and watches.
It says that his encounters with human, like he's a neutral being.
Yeah,
he's not like benevolent towards humans, but benevolent.
Malevolent.
That's the word. Towards humans, it's just when he encounters them, they go crazy. They get scared, obviously, and it leaves them psychologically damaged.
Yeah. So whether he's just a misunderstood bird caught off of his flight plan or a collective hallucination, all we do really know is Point Pleasant has a 12-foot statue of Mothman, and you should go check it out if you're in the area.
I want to go see that, actually. Now, before we die, all these vacations, we want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to Point Pleasant, and I want to see the Mothman statue. Yeah.
Because
you also want to go to Forks.
I do want to go to Forks.
Dude, don't go to Forks.
They got the
their museum's only open like for 4 hours during the whole week.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, you have to go there during a very specific time frame.
They got at the movies. They had the whole the marathon coming up.
Oh,
it's like, oh my god,
it's a very boring town.
Oh,
okay, it's very tiny.
Never mind.
But there is like cool things to do in the nature.
They had
surrounding.
They had tickets.
Forks.
Remember, babe? Those tickets for the.
They were expensive. It was like a Twilight 2-day festival for like $600 or something.
It looked dope, though. It looked dope. A bunch of nerds like me.
Gosh.
Yeah.
If you like Twilight, do it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
But Mothman isn't a monster who's watching us. He is just reflecting our own fears back at us.
Yeah, he's a little teddy bear.
Yeah,
I love Mothman.
Yeah, I think my like imagery of Mothman is he's just like flying around and bloop, he gets sucked into a portal and then he's in our world and he's like, interesting. And he comes and he watches us and then he goes back to his world and then he's like, fucking dumbasses.
I love him as a silent observer to the human history.
He's just like, this is some shit.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn, babe.
Okay, go ahead.
Or do you want to go?
I don't care.
Okay, I go. So mine, I'm going to talk about skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers.
Yep. The thing that you're not supposed to talk about because they're probably around us. It's probably this fucking cat right here.
This cat.
Right here. This little chunky boy.
Yummy boy is a skinwalker. He's actually a human.
He just stares at you guys at night.
They be standing up sometimes and I'd be like, what the fuck?
He does do that.
Yeah.
I've seen him do it.
What are they doing?
Look at his fat self.
He's okay. Okay, so some stories aren't meant to be told, not out loud, and definitely not at night. In Navajo culture, there's a belief about speaking certain names draws their energy or their attention. So you don't want to talk about them. You don't want to whistle for them. You never ever want to answer when you hear them call your name. They call them, I'm going to butcher this. It's called the Yi Nalda Lushi or something like that. Roughly translated into, with it, he goes on all fours.
Oh.
Yeah. So the rest of the world knows them as Skinwalkers, humans who have crossed into the, like, I don't know, like something dark in the darkness area, the nightmare fuel type stuff. So this isn't about a simple monster legend. This is one of those stories that carry weights, especially with like native locals. They don't joke about these things. The elders refuse to discuss them, and some people, they heard or seen this stuff and they have never forgot. So it's not like these are legends. It's like, I guess they are legends, but Native Americans, they've probably seen some shit.
History.
Yeah, they're not just like spirits or cryptids. They're people that are evil, in a sense. So the legend goes back hundreds of years ago with the Navajo nation. According to tradition, skinwalkers start as medicine man or healers, people with deep spiritual knowledge, but to gain their power, they must commit an act of evil. It severs their connection to humanity. Some stories say it's murder of a close family member. Others say it's desecrating sacred ground. Once that line is crossed, they gain ability to shapeshift into animals like wolves, coyotes, dogs, other humans, stuff like that. And they basically wear the skin of what they've killed.
Ooh.
That's where the name comes from, Skinwalkers. But that power comes at a cost. They lose their soul, they become hollow, and they're driven by jealousy, rage, and a hunger for control. For the Navajo, this isn't a myth, it's a warning. Skinwalkers represent what happens when you turn sacred medicine into a weapon. So I guess one of the eeriest parts of the lore is how they move. I don't know if you guys seen videos of what people interpret of what skinwalkers are, but they're kind of creepy.
Yeah.
So they're not just like shapeshifters, they imitate perfectly. So people who claim to see them have described them as animals that move wrong. So like wolves that like stand too tall, or deer that walk on two legs, or human-like silhouettes running on all four. Sometimes you'll hear a familiar voice, a loved one, a friend calling your name from outside, but it's not quite their voice. It's the mimicry. It's a warning that they try to lure you outside with their trust, that sound, and they'll snatch you up and kill you. So those who have broken the taboo by confronting one say you can feel it before you see it, a smell of decay, silence in the air, and then the sense that you're being watched. In the 1990s, a cattle ranch in northeastern Utah became ground zero for the modern skinwalker craze. The Sherman family moved onto the property, a 512-acre of wide desert cliffs and silence. Within months, they started reporting things that sounded impossible. Glowing orbs floating over the fields, cattle found mutilated with surgical precision, creatures that looked like massive wolves, but these wolves didn't bleed when they got shot, so it probably wasn't wolves,
But wouldn't a skinwalker bleed if he got shot?
They're creatures of evil. Who knows?
Oh.
They got magical powers.
Magical powers.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So one night, the father claimed that he shot one point blank with a rifle. The bullet tore chunks of flesh, but the animal didn't react. It simply turned its head, looked at him, and walked away like, yeah.
Bitch.
Yeah.
I'm him. So soon after, a secretive research organization bought the ranch. They installed cameras, sensors, and guards. They documented radiation spikes, voice of radio frequencies, even tunnel-like distortion in the air. What they found was blurred lines between cryptids, UFOs, and government experiments. Even the U.S. Defense Department later admitted funding and investigating into paranormal phenomena connected to this site in Utah, which is crazy. They call it the Skinwalker Ranch. It's one of the most heavily monitored pieces of land on Earth, and still no one can explain what has happened there. So locals around the Uintah Basin tell stories back decades before the ranch. They talk about strange lights, humanoid figures, and howling in places where no animals basically live. So this viral, the internet obsession with it, it's kind of crazy even now. Today, the Skinwalker legend has exploded online. TikTok, Reddit. There's a lot of AI or other videos before AI with like night vision clips of nightwalkers or skinwalkers, distorted voices, shadowy figures, animals turning into like people or people turning into animals. It's crazy. Like there's one video I saw, it was like their dog was at the end of the hall, but there was another dog outside that looked just like their dog, and they were like scratching at the door, and then they looked and they seen their dog and they're like, wait, what's going on?
It's like that deer video that you sent us, Geisha.
Dude, that's a skinwalker for sure.
Yeah. Where the deer was in the little cave and then it turned back around.
It's like it's probably got a quest for you.
It's got a quest. I got a quest for you, and it's in this deep dark cave.
Yeah, quest.
A quest. So again, like I said, for the Navajos, it's not really entertainment. It's very sacred. Talking about the Skinwalkers casually or using its name for clicks is disrespectful and dangerous, is what they say, and maybe why these stories will never stop, because obviously people want the attention and they don't really care. Everybody's trying to get famous, So what makes the Skinwalker legend so powerful is that it isn't just about monsters, it's about the transformation and the idea of someone or something can lose itself and cross between, that moral line of like murder, killing somebody, and gaining powers, like would you do it type stuff. I don't know. It's a mirror, a mix,
Mirror.
a mirror.
A mix.
No, a mirror.
Right, but which means mix.
It's a mirror of human nature.
It's a mix of human nature.
It's a mirror. I'm saying mirror, so it's not even a mix. I'm saying mirror.
Mirror, like a reflection?
Yes.
Oh, I should said like mirror.
Oh, no, mirror.
Mix. Doesn't it mean mix? Like a mix? A mirror?
It's like a mirror
A
where you
reflection.
can see yourself, a reflection.
I didn't know what you were saying.
I said mirror.
Okay.
So,
You were saying it funny.
no, I'm
Yes.
saying a mirror.
When you say a word more times than you should, it really just sounds weird.
like
Yeah.
Durn.
I can't say it correctly.
Well, you can't say mirror correctly either.
Mirror.
She didn't know you were saying mirror.
Well,
That
I
you're
can't
saying
say mirror correctly.
Whatever.
Mirror. The Skinwalker isn't some random beast hiding in the dark. It's what we become when we get greedy or jealous or let the power take over us, kind of like No Face. He's surrounded by all that greed.
No Face turned greedy when he ate the frog. The frog itself was greedy.
No, but everybody around him in that building was greedy. They kept asking for
True.
more gold and kept giving it to him except for Chiro.
Right, but No Face himself, yes, he was surrounded by people who were greedy, but No Face himself did not become corrupt until he ate the corrupt frog. It was a frog that wanted more food and more money, but No Face wanted sin and
It's
to be a
always
friend.
frog.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just the environment he was in. Because
Okay.
he's mainly a lonely person. Even her, when they left the place, she said, I think the spa house just makes him crazy. She doesn't say, like, the frog or that. She says, when
He
they
didn't start eating people until he freaking ate the frog.
Yeah, he ate. Yeah, he didn't even start eating people until he ate the frog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, would he have, if he didn't eat the frog, would he have turned crazy?
He would just
Yes.
follow sin and stalk her and try to give her stuff.
Well, from what I've read, No Face is, he's lonely. And
Yeah, we
the
all know
spa
he's
house
lonely.
is what he is lonely. That's
Yeah.
why
We all know that he is.
And the spa house made him crazy.
Yeah.
All the greed. So we're getting off track here. We're
And
talking
we
about.
just watched it in theaters yesterday.
Yeah, we just watched Spirited Away yesterday, so that's what I was talking
Yeah.
about. Anyways, Utah. Guys. So
Utah.
if you ever find yourself driving down in Utah, I don't know what's in Utah. Do you know what's in Utah?
Is that where they drink that one soda with the creamer?
Are you talking
a Utah
about
soda?
Are you talking about Mormons?
Yeah.
where they drink?
Or is that Ohio?
It might be Ohio, where they drink like Diet Coke and creamer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yo, that shit's fire.
that's
Actually,
Utah.
it's really good though. But yeah, if you're ever driving through the Utah desert at night and you hear a voice calling your name from the dark, you probably don't want to look or answer.
Probably just want to keep on keeping on.
Yeah, keep on keeping on because the silence is.
It's like that. What everybody talks about because it's the best topic ever is the Appalachian Mountains, where it's like if you hear something or hear somebody call your name, no, you don't.
Isn't
No,
that where
you
the
don't.
Wendigos are?
Yep.
It's
I
where
think so.
everything is. There's skinwalkers
It's just
in the
scary over
Appalachian Mountains.
Bigfoot.
There's literally everything there because it's just so scary.
Yeah. So if,
So much history.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're ever looking in the dark and you can't see nothing out there, it's probably looking at you from the shadows. You know, creepiness. And
Isn't
stuff
that
like
terrifying? Like when it's dark, like the moon's not lighting up everything, and it's
You
just
can't
like
see
pitch
anything.
black. Yeah, that's
It's
the
terrifying.
creepiest thing.
And you know, animals and creatures have better eyesight
Yeah,
than us.
Jasmine's a freaking black dog, so it's terrifying when she's outside and I have to look for her.
It just runs up on you.
Yeah, like I'll flash my phone light, and it's just like you just see her eyes, and I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna
Skinwalker.
die.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
Skinwalker.
come on,
That's not your
Jasmine.
dog no more. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got, Geisha. You want to hit us up with yours?
Yeah, sure.
Hit us
I got
up.
one.
What is it?
I'm not gonna say. I want to see if you can guess it.
Okay.
Okay. It's early 1700s. We're going back, right?
Back.
Back in the day, there's small rural villages spread across Eastern Europe, right? Siberia, Hungary, Poland, parts of what now are Romania, were facing death on the daily basis, right? Plagues, exactly. Plagues, poor sanitation, and war had taken its toll. Death wasn't mysterious, but what came after death, that was another story. When someone died unexpectedly, maybe it was a neighbor, a child, a farmer, people grieved. But when others in the village started getting sick right after, they looked for a cause. And soon after that, they realized the cause might have been the death, right? The recent death. So what did they do? They started digging up graves and they started examining the bodies. And what they found was terrifying.
Vampires. Are you talking about vampires?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vampires. Corpse, they looked strangely alive. Their skin wasn't gray, but was flustered with pink
And sparkling.
and sparkling in the sun. Their hairs and fingernails seemed to have grown. And worst of all, there was blood in their mouth. To villagers who didn't understand decomposition, it was obvious the dead were rising from the graves and feasting on the living. The panic spread like wildfire. Reports came from Siberia, Moravia, I could have said that wrong, and across Austrian empires. Austrian Empire. In 1725, a man named Peter, we're just going to call him Peter because I can't pronounce his last name, from a small Siberian village was accused of returning from the dead. 9 villagers claim he appeared to them after he died, pale, silent, pressing on their chests as if they slept. Within days, each one of them was dead.
Oh.
9 villagers, 9 people were like, we saw him die, but then we saw him on top of us while we were sleeping, and then they all died afterwards.
Wait, so
And he's still alive.
So they all said that he was on top of them.
Pale, silent, pressing on their chests as they were sleeping, and within days, each 9 of those men had died.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I'd be like, that Peter guy is probably really suspicious right now.
Yeah, well, you guys are all about burning witches. What about burning vampires?
What about burning Peter? Okay.
When they dug up Peter from his grave, because remember, they all said that he had died, and I guess he really did die, they found his body in perfect condition.
Ooh.
His hair and beard had grown, his skin looked pink, and there was fresh blood in his mouth.
Clean up. Oh my god.
I know.
Wipe
Aren't
your
they
face.
supposed to be distinguished?
The villagers panicked. They drove a stake through his heart, and according to accounts, his body groaned as they burned it to ashes.
See? Burn it.
Yep, stake it and then burn it.
Interesting.
Crispy.
Yes.
Soon after, another case surfaced, that of Arnold, a soldier who supposedly turned into a vampire after dying in the fall. His story spread through official Austrian military reports, creating one of Europe's first documented case of vampirism.
Vampirism.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Arnold.
Arnold and Peter.
Arnold. There wasn't just rumors whispered in taverns. They were written down, investigated by priests, soldiers, and doctors. It became a full-blown public health crisis in the 1972.
1972.
Don't turn into a vampire.
1725. How did I get 1972?
I don't know.
Yeah,
if that was 1972, we are in trouble.
1725.
Okay.
1725.
The dyslexic.
1725.
Yes, my mind, for some reason, read it completely wrong. 1725. This is in 1725. So, what really happened? There's an answer, and it's in a mix of biology, medicine, and mass hysteria.
Okay.
Mass hysteria.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Yeah, it is, right? Mm-hmm. At the time, people didn't understand how bodies decomposed. I like this one because I was like, I love decomposing bodies.
I love death.
I love death and learning about death.
I love gold.
I love gold, too. I've been binge watching CSI for 10 seasons, okay? When a body decomposes underground, gas causes it to bloat, right? Pushing blood to the surface is just why the corpse can appear pink and plumpy right after death, because all the gases are pushing everything out. Those same gases can also make the chest groan when pierced, right? All the gas is like getting out.
Yeah.
I actually, sorry to interrupt you. I was watching, what is it? Something mangoes, rotten mangoes. And she was talking about like how some corpses, or like when you hear all these stories about like parents killing their child, unfortunately. They say like the parents think that the kid's still alive because they could hear the body groan. Yeah. But it's just the body dying. It's
just the gases.
And so, it's just the gases.
It's just the gases.
And they freak out usually when that happens, and they go crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Just plays more into their psyche.
Paranoia.
Yeah, the craziness.
The craziness. So the groaning, gas leakage, piercing can explain why the villagers swore that they heard death cry out as they staked them. Hair and nails don't actually stop growing after death. This one I knew. But the skin does shrink and retract, and it looks like... and it looked like that. Like, so when they dug them up and the skin was like all tight and taut, right? Instead of loosey-goosey. But your nails and your hair continue to grow after you die. So they just keep getting longer and longer. And the blood around the mouth, it wasn't from a midnight snack. It was from internal bleeding caused by decomposition, pushing out through the nose, lips from the gas. Lots of gas.
Okay.
Yeah. But of course, without microscopes, germ theory, or forensic science, it all looks supernatural. At the same time, disease outbreak like tuberculosis, consumption back in the day, and plague caused people to waste away, coughing up blood, turning pale, and dying slowly. To the villagers, it looked like the work of a vampire feeding off of energy. They were wrong. They weren't wrong that something was spreading. It just wasn't a vampire. It was a plague.
Oh.
Most likely tuberculosis.
Yeah. So,
the vampire panic also revealed how fear can be contagious. Rumors spread faster than truth. One village's hysteria could travel by word of mouth to the next, carried by priests, soldiers, or frightened travelers. The church even got involved. Okay, this church even got involved. Some clergy said it was a spiritual war between demons, sins, punishment for moral decay. Stuff like that, especially in the entitlement era of like the 1725s, where you had like the noble highborns versus the peasants type of situation.
Those damn serfs.
Yes. By the 1740s, officials were begging people to stop desecrating graves. So they were digging up graves for 20 something years. To investigate vampires.
Oh, okay.
Maybe this is where the whole vampire stuff started. I
mean, you're the one telling us.
Yeah.
Where it started?
Like before, like the books and all that
in
stuff.
Romania?
I know it started in like Romania, Dracula, right?
Well, this is like Eastern Europe, where parts of Romania.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if this is the hysteria that like inspired Dracula and all those books.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh.
It did cause a lot of uproar, apparently.
Yeah, it did. Like
Fucking
a lot.
Peter.
A whole 9 people
Peter,
because of
nine
Peter and
Peter.
9
Yeah, Arnold and Peter, and then the churches got involved.
Yeah.
What I wouldn't give to be a time traveler and go back in time to
Just-
see if
Just to
vampires
watch.
were
nobody
real.
and make sure nobody could see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just,
I
like,
would die.
there.
I'm a
just
woman. I would die
yeah, like,
immediately.
women back in the day would yeah, we would have it really
Yeah,
bad.
like if we had power just to go back and just watch.
Just watch.
Be observers.
Just be a
Yeah.
fly on the wall and just be like, I just want to watch history unfold.
Yeah.
But where was I? 1740s. They were still digging up graves. People were telling them to stop. It's only leading to like more hysteria. What's fascinating is how real panic and these real like what do you call it?
Excavations.
Exhumations, where you dig
you
up the
mean-
body.
Oh, yeah.
Exhumation?
Exhumation.
Exhumation?
Yeah.
Yeah, exhumation.
Yeah, these real like
Exhumes.
digging up the bodies gave birth to like one of the most well-known popular myths,
Yeah.
in human imagination, which is vampires.
I wonder if this is what started grave digging as a hobby for people.
Maybe
Hobby.
Oh, look, it does say that. So in 1918, John something wrote The Vampire, transforming the walking corpse into a aristocratic predator. And it was based off of this.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks
Yeah.
for sharing.
I think I didn't hit the topic. I don't know what we were talking about, so I just kind of went with it.
It was
Vampires is good.
Yeah, vampires is a good cryptid type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's cryptid or if it's a mythical being. It's
Yeah.
a good one, though.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I'd be so interested if vampires were real.
Yeah.
Just like
honestly.
Yeah.
living in like, okay, what if there is like a sect of vampires that are like vegan instead of feeding on
Like Edward.
humans? Because I read this thingy. It was like a D&D thing, but it said that coconut water can kind of be used as a replacement for blood, like in transfusions. So it was like,
What?
what if there was vegan vampires who fed on coconut water instead of blood?
They're just some dude chilling in the Bahamas.
Yeah, so
somewhere.
they're
A
like
vampire.
they're more refined vampires, so they look down
Who
on
drink
people,
coconut blood.
on vampires
No,
who still
they're-
drink actual blood.
They're rocking aloha shirts, like
Yeah.
throwing up the shaka, sipping on their coconut water.
I just thought that was
Yeah.
funny.
Medically speaking, I don't think coconut water can replace.
Well,
I
she
don't
said
think
she
it
read
can.
it.
No, I don't think it's
She
like
read it
an
on D&D.
actual.
Oh.
No, not on D&D, but it was
Oh.
like a D&D idea.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
think coconut water can be an actual
Yeah.
like full replacement for blood transfusions, but it could be like a small fix.
I
Yeah.
feel like
quick
a
fix.
banana would be better
Yeah.
because we have 100% what our DNA matches a banana.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Pump me full of banana water, please.
Yeah.
I think there is actual medical condition where you have to have like blood transfusions because your body attacks your red blood cells, or wait, hold on.
Okay. Wait. No. Let's
Hemochromatosis.
No, reel it back.
You're
Reel
like,
it back.
you have to get blood drawn
That's what
because
Mom has.
you have an abundance of iron.
Yeah.
Or anemia.
Did you ever check
think
if you have that?
anemia? We're carriers.
Yeah, we have it. We just don't have it. We're carriers. Yeah.
Pretty sure I'm anemic.
Yeah.
No, it's called porphyria. It's an actual group of rare genetic disorders that affects how the body makes blood.
How do you fix it?
A component,
Or
right,
help
right.
it?
If it isn't treated, it can cause, in severe cases, people avoid sunlight,
Yeah, those are
discolored
called-
teeth, skin, and even look undead. The combined have field vampire folklore. Doesn't make anyone a vampire, but it does create people who look similar.
They have super diluted vampire blood in their bloodline.
Mm.
Their descendants.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that, Miss Geisha.
I love vampires.
Yeah,
I
love vampires.
reading, learning about them.
Yeah, me too.
Me too. I just don't like reading about.
you don't. You hate
Can
them.
you? I'm going to answer this question if you didn't interrupt me. I said I like learning about vampires. I don't like reading about them in like, I'm Edward and I'm sexy and I'm going to eat this 13-year-old child because I want her.
First of all, it wasn't even a question, so let's get that out of here. It was just a
saying.
discussion, ma'am.
And I feel like vampires have shown up in on different cultures.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Like I think
Like
Aztecian-
dragons.
It's about dragons.
Yeah.
Like dragons.
Yeah, like Aztecian culture has a myth about vampires too.
Oh.
So maybe they were real at one point.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe everything was real at one point.
Yeah. All right. Azzilee, would you like to share your next
I
one?
would. Thank you. My last one is on the Lake Michigan sea serpent.
Nice.
I should have went more obscure cryptids,
Mhm.
but I
That's
thought
what-
this one was interesting.
That's what I try to do.
Yeah. We got you for that.
Yeah.
So, the Lake Michigan sea serpent was first reported, well, not first reported, but there's documentation of it dating back to the 1800s when the Great Lakes were a major shipping route, and like steamboats and other boats were like traveling. The earliest credible account was in 1867 near Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Witness.
I'm sorry. Is this a Loch Ness Monster?
No. Loch Ness Monster is totally different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Loch Ness is
in Loch Ness.
It was like
is-
UK.
It's in Scotland.
Scotland. Sorry,
Okay.
I
Sorry.
said Ireland.
Gotcha. Sorry about that.
Scottish. Witnesses described seeing a creature that was 30 to 50 feet long with a serpentine body and a head shaped like a horse or sea lion. And it was often seen rolling or thrashing near the surface when diving deep.
Isn't the Michigan airport with the one with the horse?
No, that was the Chicago one, right?
Oh, Chicago.
Oh, the one I talked about before
Yeah, I
with
was
the
like-
cult underneath the
Is
airport.
it Chicago?
Yeah.
I don't
What
remember.
airport is it?
I don't
Delaware,
remember.
Denver, Michigan. It would
What
be
was
a
it? Horse, right? Big Blue Horse.
Big Blue Horse
Big
Airport.
Blue
Big
Horse.
Blue Horse.
Red Eyes.
Airport.
Statue.
Red Eyes. The Denver.
Denver?
I was gonna
International Airport.
I don't remember seeing that when I went to Denver, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's a weird coincidence that Michigan has a horse in the lake and then a horse at the
That would have been
Airport.
funny.
Lucifer.
Lucifer.
And so just throughout the years, newspapers loved like printing the story because it gained so much traction that like Chicago Times published it, Milwaukee Sentinel both also ran pieces on it, and then just more sightings have followed that summer, especially near Grand Haven and Chicago's harbor. Witnesses that were reporting these sightings were like fishermen or sailors or people that were like traveling on the boats.
Gotcha.
So in 1890, the serpent fever hit the Midwest. So there was dozens of sightings pouring in from across the lake, and they all described generally the same thing. So long snake-like body, sometimes green, sometimes black, with a head that went above the waters, and blinking eyes, or even like steam coming from its nostrils. Which it was like during a time where like they used steam-powered boats, so it's definitely not not helping the case of it being real.
Mm-hmm.
One newspaper reported the creature leapt from the water like a whale and twisted in the air before splashing down. Families crowded the beaches with binoculars, waiting for a glimpse, and the newspapers joked about selling sea serpent insurance. But for sailors, it was no joke. Eyewitnesses always reported the same three things. Calm waters before the sightings. It was either early morning or late afternoon, and then the creature moved just below the surface, leaving like long little like waves, like wakes.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Some said that they saw two creatures traveling together, so maybe a pair, which that's possible. You can't usually have just one creature, right?
Right.
Others described seeing a head the size of a barrel with teeth or whiskers. The consistency between accounts made it harder to dismiss as imagination. Could this creature really be living in Lake Michigan? Possibly. It's like one of the Great Lakes, right?
Yeah.
Or is it like a relic of history that people have just caught on to and they're just making up things? Trick of the light. Maybe it's just waves of like a big fish,
Yeah.
Could be. So people have considered that the sea serpent has been misidentified. It could be a sturgeon, right? So those have been seen
kinda
to so they can grow up to 7 feet long. They have dark scaly skin, kind of like a serpent, and when on the surface, or like when they're like coming to the surface, they look longer because water, displacement. Some speculate otters swimming in a line can create the illusion, or floating logs or debris bobbing up and down the water. And people have even just said optical illusions from the sunlight on water.
Okay.
Over Lake Michigan, temperature inversions can cause mirages known as fata morgana. So this distorts distance and shape, making a ship or shadow appear like a massive creature, especially common over calm water on humid summer days. So what seems like a living thing could be a reflection stretched by the atmosphere. These are all just like possible counterpoints. Yeah, they're like counterpoints to point out that it's not really a cryptid or a big sea creature or something. Media sensation and hysteria. Always with the hysteria.
Always.
So 1800s newspapers thrived on telling the tale of a sea serpent fever because it made money, right? People loved reading about it, so they're going to spread it. And it's going to spread through towns, which could just create more people thinking they see it. Competing outlets exaggerated sightings so they could sell more copies. And the more it spread, the more people saw something similar. Social contagion before social media was huge because even yours had mass hysteria back in the 1700s. So word of mouth really can create a lot for people.
Yeah.
It's some people argue that it's biologically impossible for this creature to be alive, like be real, because a creature 30 plus feet long would need immense food resources, and just considering like the breeding that it would do would mean that whole lake is filled with them. It just doesn't have an ecosystem equipped for a creature that big.
Yeah.
And there's never been any bones or carcasses found, and sonar hasn't seen anything.
Okay.
Some reports were later admitted as pranks, so fishermen tying logs together or towing props for fun. A few local businesses even used sightings as marketing stunts to draw visitors. So all of these are like mean that the creature might not be real, just like the Loch Ness Monster might not be real. People say like those pictures are fake or it's a log, it's like a weird shaped log. But every few years, people will still say that they saw something. Modern reports come from kayakers, sailors, or beachgoers near Ludington, or Door County. Videos online show wakes or shadows, nothing definitive, but enough to keep people interested. But Lake Michigan, the Lake Michigan sea serpent isn't really what is like, maybe it's not about the creature being real, but it's what people want to see.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's like a lot of cryptids, as people just want to be like, oh, I saw it, I swear. So every time the lake is still and silent, and every time the mist rolls in and you see a shadow move where it shouldn't, you might wonder if it's the sea serpent or if it's just a log.
Awesome,
It's
mate.
just a log.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
I agree, because like the whole point of that, it would need a lot of food.
Makes
Makes-
sense.
that makes
and the
sense.
ecosystem just isn't big enough for it. Like,
Yeah. Was
yeah,
it
that
eating
makes sense.
off of
And if you saw
that?
two, that would mean like they're probably a breeding pair, right? So where are the little babies?
Yeah, maybe they just go there for mating season.
Oh yeah, maybe it's like migratory.
Mhm.
But
Maybe
it's a
it is
lake.
the Loch Ness Monster.
But it's
Yeah.
a lake. How do you get into a lake from the ocean?
That's true.
I mean,
Well,
it's a serpent.
I think there's an outlet from the Lake Michigan, right?
I don't know.
I don't really know Lake Michigan. I'm sorry, guys.
But that's pretty interesting.
Because I thought a lake was a body of water that's not connected to the ocean.
Based off of this image from Google Maps, it's true. There is no outlet for it. Technically, the
Interesting.
only way to get there would be like if there was an open passageway through like Canada.
It's a slithery snake.
Slippy, slithery snake.
It's just going to slither down to the lake.
Alrighty. Okay.
Okay.
Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan.
Lake Michigan, sea serpent.
Sea serpent.
All right.
Sea serpent.
I got a weird
or
one.
it could be like, okay, hear me out. Hear me out.
Hearing you.
It could be like the what do you call it? The theory in King Kong, the hollow earth theory, where there's holes in the earth.
Like tunnels.
And, yeah, like tunnels, and they can go through them.
Being protected by like the Godzilla thing.
And they can like travel through
Or the
these
megalodon
tunnels.
thing. You know, a meg.
Yeah.
The cloud.
Oh, yeah, the heat thing.
Yeah.
The trench.
Yeah.
So it could be like that.
Interesting.
I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything to prove that these cryptids are real.
All right. So I'm going to talk about the Flatwoods Monster. The thing that fell from the sky. So most cryptids hide in deep in the woods or underwater, as Azzilee just said. This one's going to crawl out of the dark or fall out from the sky, whatever. So, in September 12th, 1952, in a quiet little town of Flatwoods, West Virginia, a group of kids were playing football near the elementary school. They saw a bright red light streak across the sky and crash into the nearby hills. They all thought they just witnessed a meteor. So they climbed up, they looked for it, they looked around, they didn't find a rock. But what they did find was something waiting for them. Something just standing there.
Naked. It was Anna from the Terminator.
Oh my God. That night, the town of Flatwoods became home to one of the strangest legends. The story of a creature with glowing eyes, a spade-shaped head, and it smelled awful from what people said. It basically burnt their lungs. They called it the Flatwood. You said space and yeah.
It's space poop.
Yeah, Flatwoods Monster. So, when the kids came home running and screaming to their mothers, Kathleen May, she's saying...
She's listening. She's acknowledging that she's hearing you.
Yeah, so one of the kids ran to their mother, Kathleen May. She grabbed a flashlight, and she was, one of these badass moms, of course. And she's like, let's fucking go investigate. And so she did. They reached the top of the hill, and they noticed some mist hanging low. Just hanging over the ground and glowing faintly red. Their dog started barking and bolted away after they seen that. A massive figure, about 10 feet tall. I don't know how you don't see this thing. It's hovering above the ground. Its head shaped like an ace of spades, eyes glowing orangey red, the body shaped and it looks like it's wrapped with like metallic, almost sulfuric, like
sulfuric.
Yeah, it's like they're wrapped around with like it's an aura,
shiny.
Like the way it looks like it's something's wrapped around it, like an aura.
It kind of sounds like an angel.
And they describe it with like a metallic, almost sulfuric stench. Yeah. So and it made their
blood.
Yeah, it made their eyes water. So they ran down the hill, choking, crying, convinced they seen some crazy shit that's not obviously of Earth.
Mustard gas.
Everyone panicked. One of the boys dropped their flashlight. Kathleen May said the air, filled with metallic, everything, all that stuff. It made them feel bad. It wasn't a good sighting for their first. It wasn't a good first impression.
Yeah.
So the aftermath is like, I guess within a few hours, police officers reported at the scene. They found flattened grass, a strange oily residue where the group claimed the creature stood, and a lingering odor still hung around the air. Local authorities initially brushed it off as hysteria, as apparently hysteria is a big thing with cryptids.
Yeah.
But nearby residents reported seeing the same glowing sphere moving across the sky at night. Even the National Guard members said he saw the light crash into the hills. I don't know where this National Guard guy came from, but he reported that too.
He was just hanging around.
Yeah.
Guarding the National.
Yeah, within days, obviously, UFO researchers and Air Force officials arrived. And there's this thing called the Project Blue Book, the U.S. military's official investigation into UFOs, logged it as one of their cases. Their conclusion, it was likely a meteor followed by a misidentification of a barn owl.
It's owl.
Yeah. This barn owl smelt like a metallic sulfur. So it's crazy. Witness never accepted that. Kathleen May, the crazy cool mom with the flashlight, swore the creature's face wasn't an animal. She said it looked like a being wearing armor, not feathers, and the kids who were with her refused to change the stories for decades. Flatwoods turned the panic into legends. Within weeks, newspapers dubbed it the Phantom of Flatwoods. A visitor flooded the town. The locals capitalized fast. Monsters shaped souvenirs, theme festivals, and the Flatwoods Monster Museum, which still exists today in West Virginia. It became of like a whole UFO culture over there, right alongside Roswell. But unlike Roswell, there was no crash site, no wreckage. There's no horrifying sighting, and the smell no one could explain. So years since, the Flatwoods Monster has become a cult icon, appearing in Fallout 76, Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, and even Space Dandy. Once what started as a small town scare turned into America's most, strangest enduring myth. I've never heard of this thing, so it's kind of cool to hear about that. And some of the theories of this was basically, the whole owl reflecting of flashlight beams. It doesn't make sense. I don't understand how that's a explanation or a theory. Others point to a stranger. The UFO appeared. A monster, or not a monster, an alien came from there or whatever, stuff like that. Some people say it's like the Skinwalker Ranch with all this stuff happening in this small town. So maybe something along that happened. The Flatwoods Monster endures because it sits right on the line between folklore and science fiction. It's not a spirit or a beast. It's something mechanical, intelligent, and unknowable. In a way, it's mirror of 1950s themselves, Cold Warfare, atomic anxiety, like all that stuff happening at that time. It is kind of weird that like a lot of these, I know we're talking a lot, but I know these cryptids that we speak of, it involves hysteria, and then whatever that's happening around them during that time, it kind of feeds off of that.
That's
so
what
like.
It is.
Yeah, so like the whole Cold War and all this stuff, atomic energy, started talking about sulfur and metallic stuff and a creature, you know what I mean? It's kind of interesting. I never really thought about that until just now. I mean, yeah, it's pretty cool. What do you guys think? What do you think they saw at Flatwoods that night, you guys? A meteor? A big owl?
This could be back to like my thing where it's like the chemical fumes could just be messing with them.
The sulfur.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they just saw Mothman.
Yeah.
What? Where?
Definitely not Mothman, but
yeah, but that's all I got for mine. Geisha, you have one more, or are you good?
I have one more, but I don't know how we're doing on time.
We've been talking for an hour, but I mean, you can go for like a quick 10 minutes.
Okay.
Do it real quick. Run it down. Flatwoods Monster.
Flatwoods Monster. Okay.
West
my next
Virginia.
one.
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Isn't that a song?
It is.
Oh, okay, there we go.
So,
Take me home.
in the oldest Greek tales,
Okay.
there were half women, half fish. There were also half women, half
Sirens.
birds. Yes.
Mermaids.
Sirens.
Sirens.
Sirens. Half fish, half women, and also half women and half bird. There are two types. Perched on the rocky island surrounded by bones of sailors. When ships drew near, the sirens would sing, not just any song, but a song so alluring it broke men's reasons. Sailors would steer towards the voices, crash their ships on the rock, dying with a smile on their face.
I mean, I played Baldur's Gate.
There's the sirens in Baldur's Gate.
In the very first town.
Oh, yeah. You gotta save the little kid from the sirens.
Yep.
Those were scary sirens. Those were not nice sirens.
Yeah.
In Homer's Odyssey, he has his men plug their ears with wax while he himself is tied to the mast so he can hear the songs without succumbing to it. He passes by alive but trembling, the only mortal to ever hear the sirens and live to tell the tale. So let's go back to the ancient world, okay? The sea was both lifeline and executioner back in the ancient world of Greece. Sailors risked everything every time they left shore. Storms came without reason. Navigation was guesswork. You kind of had to guess where you were going. The wrong current could crash your whole ship, right? And you could die. When ships disappeared, when men vanished at sea without explanation, their survivors needed a story. And what better story than a song that called you home just before it killed you? Like peace before death, I guess, love before death, happiness before death. Some historians believe that Siren's myth grew from natural phenomenon. This is not phenomenon.
Phenomenal.
Something. From natural phenomena.
Phenomena.
Oh, phenomena.
Yeah, there you go.
Phenomena.
You got it.
Oh
you
my
got
God.
it.
There's an A at the end.
Yeah, phenomena.
Phenomena.
Yes.
From natural phenomena. Sounds carry over water can be distorted and echoed in strange ways, right?
Yeah,
Water works in mysterious ways.
Do you guys ever back when TikTok was just starting, there was a guy who would post all the time because he worked on a ship, and we would post videos and he'd be like, "Do you hear that?" And it's literally singing from the sea, and he's just like, "Yeah, I gotta go." So that's all he would post. And, yeah.
So sound carries differently over water, right? It's distorted and it echoes in strange ways. Wind rushing through cliffs and caves can also kind of make this like what is it called, like a harmonica type sound, right? Haunting enough to sound like singing.
Okay.
To a lonely sailor days from land, deprived of sleep and sun,
True.
this might sound and feel supernatural.
Yeah.
Others people pointed to like real animals that they mistook for mythical ones.
Okay.
Right? Like manatees, seals, dungaroos.
Dungaroos.
Okay. From down under.
Isn't dungaroos a kangaroo?
Aren't dungaroos the what do you call
That's
them?
their clothes, aren't they?
Yeah,
Overalls?
they're overalls.
Dungons. I don't know what a dungons is.
Okay.
Like a manatee almost.
I
kind of
guess.
thing?
Their smooth movement and human-like eyes have been linked to early mermaid myths.
Okay.
Again, you're a sailor, you're half starving, half manic, half sleeping. You could mistake one of these animals for a siren.
Honestly, yeah.
But there's also the psychological angle from it, right?
You are
I can't
struggling
speak
on
today.
this one right now.
I know my brain is not
braining
today for some reason.
I enjoy it. I like it.
The sea itself has this like hypnotic rhythm, right? The waves, they come out and they come in, and it's like endless horizon, and just the waves, the movements, and it's just kind of like hypnotic after a while. I don't know about you guys, but like every time I go to the beach in Hawaii, it's just calming and peaceful, just watching the water come in and go out and go in and go out, so I can understand it.
Yeah.
Kind of like hypnosis a little bit.
Yeah.
I listen to rain sounds to go to sleep. So.
Right. Again, that could play on a sailor's mind. You're dehydrated, isolated. The song could have been in your own mind. What if they were thinking it the whole time? What if they were just like manic and sad, that we were away from home, dehydrated, too much sun is bad for your brain, and they're like, look, lifts are coming, I hear a song, I'm good right before I die, type of situation,
Yeah.
But the sirens aren't just sea creatures, they're like a symbol, right? For in Greek mythology, they represent temptation, especially the kind that leads you to ruin. So temptation of a woman that's going to lead you to your death. Their song wasn't just pretty, it was personal. So each listener had their own specific song that they heard, whether it was like knowledge, love, fame, home, destiny, whatever it have you. It would lure to them. Like if you wanted love, your song would be about love and make you feel loved. If you wanted fame, so on and so forth.
Okay.
The sirens didn't destroy you with violence. She made you destroy yourself.
Interesting.
By luring you with temptation.
Okay.
Into
your
the sea
death.
when you're gonna die.
When you're gonna die on these rocks and they're gonna eat your bones.
Interesting.
That's real horror. right? That's what it says. It says that's real horror.
It's like the creatures in Harry Potter when they're doing the trials.
Yeah, the fucking the flaming goblet
the
thing.
The
he
ladies
saves her.
that are like half fish and they're seeing beautifully underwater, and then above water it's like
screeches.
Oh yeah, from the egg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even now, the term siren song means something irresistibly temptation, but ultimately destructive. It's a voice that says you can handle one more drink, or you can do just one more, whatever your vice may be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the whisper that lures you towards something you might. Something might wreck you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Stop trying to cut me off early. I know how to talk.
No, I wasn't cutting you off. I was looking at your face, and I'm like, oh, come on, you can do it.
There's a video game called Maid of Sker, and it's based in like a European country, but it's about a man found a siren and he held her prisoner. And he used her to like control people. Like they were all under hypnosis. And like your point is to either become to join them or to like fight them. But yeah, it's really good.
Interesting.
I've never heard of that.
Very good. Very good.
I think it's indie.
Oh, gotcha. So interestingly enough, the legend of the siren has evolved over time with culture, right? Early sirens were half birds, half women, half sea creature, half fish, half women. Creatures of the wind and sound linked to the souls of the dead. They weren't sexualized at first. They were just psychological predators, right? Like I said, they would sing this song that appealed to you to make you tempted to steer your boat into the rocks and die, right? And it was a symbol of obsession and loss and temptation. But over time, especially in medieval Europe, it changed in the image with like a mermaid.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
So sirens turned into mermaids, and then even the Christian church made sirens/mermaids like a symbol of lust, warning men of dangerous women.
It wasn't women driving their boats into rocks.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Come on now.
Yeah, and then like painters replaced their feathers and gave them more like a sexualized appearance,
like Little Mermaid.
Yeah, because these guys don't want you to know that they're looking at some creatures. They want you to believe that they're looking at some baddies.
They're furries in disguise.
Yeah. By the time of the Renaissance, sirens were more symbolized of like forbidden desire, beautifully otherworldly and deadly.
Okay.
This had become a mirror for how, like you were saying, right? The society changed the hysteria as it kind of went, right?
Hysteria, the word of the day.
Right? Hysteria.
The church over here changing the narrative.
Yeah, exactly. So the whole thing about sirens is part of it was environmental, right? In the early days, it was the sea, the too much sun, too much isolation for the sailors. Part of it was psychological, the human brain ability to create voices and a song out of the wind and the rain and the sea and the sound, how they traveled over the water. Part of it was social, the way myths kind of like played a part in earlier days of society. But in the end, the siren is our warning label for curiosity and obsession, a symbol of the voice that tempts us away from reason. Into death.
Interesting.
And that's all I got. I think sirens are cool.
Yeah.
I like the idea of them being birds more than fish.
Yeah, I mean it's scary.
Because
think about it.
I think a lot of cryptids and stuff like those kind of creatures are always like sea based, like water based. Like imagine like the selkies, where they're like the otters that can turn into women.
Oh, interesting.
Or like Loch Ness Monster, the sea serpent.
Yeah.
There's a lot of water-based cryptids.
Maybe it's because like we've only explored 10% of the ocean.
True.
And no one knows what's under there.
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
Think about that.
Mermaids
The ocean
are
is very big.
Yeah, mermaids could be a real thing.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
actually could be,
guys-
biologically speaking.
Yeah. Do you guys have anything else you want to add?
No.
So, that concludes this episode of Cryptids.
Like, I won't talk about Mothman anymore. Okay, I
Yeah.
talk about him all the
I
time.
don't really know if mine were cryptids or not. I was just like, yo, these are interesting. I'm going to talk about it.
Yeah, but
I found them fun.
yeah, I thought they were really cool. So, again, as always, keep grinding those levels and finishing those side quests until next time.
As always, this has been Co-op Chronicles with Pint-Sized Geisha, Blacklabel, and me, Azzilee.
Bye.
As always.
As always.
As always.
We gather round the mic, tales of knights and dice, gaming worlds collide, hobbies come